What is tattooing? Why do people get tattoos? What kinds of decisions do they have to make when they decide to get one? Who do they go to? Why do they make the choices they do? I asked tattoo artist Rhonda Dass to help me explore some of these issues.
The first thing is finding out if they already have tattoos or if it's their first one. Because some people, there was one guy that wanted me to tattoo his hand, and it was his first tattoo. And it's like there's all those social issues that people don't think about before they get tattooed that need to be addressed. So I told him I wouldn't do it. He'd have to find somebody else to tattoo him because there's a big difference between ones you can easily hide with your clothes and ones that you have to take a lot of effort to hide publicly. Anything on extremities. This band around my wrist started when I first started tattooing. It was like my fourth piece I ever did, something like that. And it came down onto my hands so that people would know that I was tattooed. It was my going public. I came out of the closet as a tattooed person. Because I can't hide it completely unless I really hide my hands also. And I don't do that. You know, I have a tendency to always keep my sleeves pushed up and stuff. I've seen people with hand tattoos. I just talked to a kid at Kmart the other day who he was showing me his latest tattoo on the web of his hand. I'm like, wow, that's a very public tattoo. And he's like, what do you mean? And it's like, well, you have to think of the social issues when you're publicly tattooed. That, you know, for now, when you're in school, it's a different thing than once you're done, you want to go out in the world, and not everybody reacts favorably to tattoos. Started on my own, plugging away on grapefruits and oranges and any other type of fruit skin I could find. And then got brave enough to tattoo myself really badly. And then talked Michael into sitting still for me and tattooed him and a few other friends who wanted work done for free. And then one of our friends' mothers, who is a retired tattooist, gave me a crash apprenticeship and taught me all she could in 4 months. And that's my whole education on it. Then most of it's practicing. I love doing anything. I've done animals, I've done faces, I've done tons and tons of flowers. I've done abstracts, I've done Japanese. I do like doing the Japanese style. It's very structured in a lot of ways, of the balance of colors. It has more to do with that than anything else. Like the piece that I'm doing on Craig. All of the objects, the main focus of attention, have to be in a certain warm shades in order to balance with the water that's going behind it. And then you've got background behind that. So it's getting the right balance, not only in the colors themselves, but also in the amount of space that's covered with those colors. We started off just talking on the phone about what he wanted, what kind of things he wanted. Had a lot to do with what he likes. He loves the turtles. That was one thing that we wanted to make sure that we included in it. He loves the Japanese style. And all of his other tattoos and where they were placed had a big part in what we were going to do with it. And also what he saw as the finished product. If he wanted to cover a lot of space and do something big. So we couldn't do one single feature. It had to be something that incorporated a lot more. Even going to him deciding if I was the right artist for him to do this work, it's me mediating his identity, what he's expressing about himself through his body art. And that is such a personal thing, but it's not something that people can do for themselves. I mean, I tattoo myself And that is the only way you can have that personal of expression be totally yours. It's my body and it's my artwork. So therefore it is a true expression of me. Otherwise, in tattooing, it's always that mediated work between the tattooist and the client. You never have just one person doing it. People get tattoos for a number of different reasons, whether it's for personal expression, group expression, like being part of a gang, families that will go and have everybody get the same tattoo, that kind of thing. There's people who want to stand out, that feel that they don't stand out enough, to cover scars, both physical and emotional. Women have more to say on why they get tattooed than men do, it seems like. Men have a tendency to just say, oh, to look cool, you know, but sometimes it's not that. It's got a lot more meaning to it. The most fascinating thing for me is the negotiation. A friend of Craig's got a tattoo from me. We did a large dragon that wraps around his arm and its tail comes down to his forearm. And the two of them came together when he was getting it done so that Craig could ease Julio into the big tattooing. He had other tattoos, but nothing public. I think it was his second or third one that we were doing. And it's a very large piece. It's about that wide on his arm. So it's, and coming all the way down here, it's a large commitment. I thought it was so cool that he was talking about how macho it would make him look. And I kept thinking, yeah, a woman's art is going to make you look macho for other women. And it was interesting how he saw that as how it would make him afterwards, you know, that idea of that transformation through my artwork. I thought it was just cool. I love the creation process of creating something that wasn't there before, and empowering people, of giving them something that they didn't have before, and they wouldn't have without my work into it, you know. And I think about it also that there's all these people all over the place with little bits of me on them too, you know, because it is my artwork. It's not any different than one of my weavings or one of my paintings. It's all my creation still. That's my baby. And they're still precious wherever they go, you know. And it's kind of neat to think of them wandering all over the world, more mobile than any other painting I've created. It's kind of cool.
That's why my mom thought it was cool for me to be a tattoo artist. She didn't like it when I started inking people, but when she found out I made $100 an hour, she's like, "Woo, tattoo me!" You know? Funny.
She gonna pay you?
No, Gabrielle.
Mom.
No, but her attitude really changed when she found out I can be an artist and make money.